Dale Johnson.
Here.
Tony Corpy.
Here.
Bruce Reboing. Not here. Tina Sather.
Here.
Roxanne Skoksa Deach.
Here.
Joanne Smith. Here. Beth Schmoon. Here. Joe is not here. And we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start with the approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
All right, I have a motion by Rox and a second by Tina to approve the agenda as presented. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public open forum, do we have anybody? No? All right, we'll start with reports. Missy?
You know what, I really don't have any hard numbers for you right now, or like a formal report. I would just say that, you know, we're just getting set up and I'm just doing a lot of learning right now and figuring out how things work at the high school, and we're looking at spaces, trying to, you know, really jazz things up a little bit with the resources we have. And so hopefully next month I'll have a much better report for you, but we're just kind of in the thick of it right now. A lot of learning.
Are there any additional new students or anything?
I don't even know, to be honest with you, what the new student count is. I know that I sent an enrollment form to a mom who wanted one. She said her daughter was going to be transferring from Little Fork, so I did send that to her. I have talked to a few families that have said that they are coming, but I have not seen anything, and I'm not sure if we will with our, because we are also in the transition to the new student information system, so and we don't have a clerical here this summer, so I'm not sure yet.
Oh, yeah, and that's one of the barriers. The district doesn't have administrative assistants during the month of July. So it's something that, you know, we're looking at what we could make that look like in the future. And with the new student information system, like Principal Tate talks about the future, they'll be able to register online and do some of that work in our new system, which will be really nice.
What other spaces are you looking at? Because this one turned out really good. I'm curious.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to acknowledge the work that Missy
Yeah.
and the janitorial staff has done in
Yeah,
here,
the
because it looks
custodians
amazing.
have just been working really, really hard. So, I mean, I would just really like to acknowledge them, all of them, like the adult custodians and the kid custodians. They've all been really just giving it and doing everything we ask and dropping things. So we're working on this space, and then we will work on turning what was the middle school lounge into more of a STEAM room. So that will serve multiple purposes. We are, you know, kind of converting one of Carla's rooms into an area for the social worker, and she'll also have like clothing and food needs, I think, in there. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully eventually there'll be many more to come. We do have some things out there that we're hoping can come to fruition, but yeah, we just have a lot of fun plans.
Cool.
It looks amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Great job.
Good job.
Yeah.
Principal West is currently off right now, and she is just where Miss Tate is. They made the transition on July 1st, so they're both really just kind of digging in and learning, and you know, talking to their staff, getting some feedback, really looking at their facilities and grounds, and looking at what they can update and what, you know, with the move and the referendum, which is some of the things I'll talk about tonight. But she's really in the same space as Principal Tate, and they're, you know, both excited, and they both have really dove in to the new leadership roles that they'll have for the next school year.
Was she like intending not to be here? Is that why her name was on it? I guess
I think that's probably like an error. So Ashley asked me today, like, if I had a report, and I was like, I really don't. She's like, do you think Lisa does? And I was like, probably not. We really don't have any solid numbers. It's probably just a summer thing. It's hard to report, like,
It
formal
is.
report
right.
in
I
the
get
summer.
that. Yeah.
So I'm
Just wanted
sure
to make
that
sure we didn't like.
Ashley probably took her name off, and just forgot to take my name off.
Okay.
And Principal West is gone right now, so she did take today off, but that she would have the same report as Principal Tate in the transition.
Thank you.
All right. Tim. Nothing? But yeah, let's stop right away.
Nothing to report.
Nothing. All right, Beth.
Well, I have a few things, but July, as you know, just looking back at some of the calendars of the past and board minutes, July is that transition time as we get ready for a new school year where we're just really closing out the year and moving into our next school year, which has been a lot. You need to it certainly has been a lot because there's a lot of positive changes that are happening, and with that comes I refer to it commonly as we put our life jacket on because we're treading water, but with change, I say it always, comes great possibility. We have some really incredible things that are happening and getting ready to roll out throughout the school year. And some things we wanted to do right away, some may take a little bit more time, but I think I can say this team that's been working over the summer has been working very, very hard. When we talk about administration, our facilities crew, the business office, our athletic director, and our tech team, they've been working around the clock and they have been going above and beyond. We've been doing a lot of purging and preparing for our district garage sale. And, we've been trying, like Principal Tate talks about, we've tried to really utilize what we have without spending extra dollars because we can accommodate some of these spaces in different ways. And for example, the media center here, and we talk a lot about this, how it has almost a collegiate feel for high school, and we're looking to even enhance that more. So I just really want to extend my gratitude to that team of individuals this summer. They've been doing a great job. We've also had a number of people, from community members to district staff, from teachers to paraprofessionals coming in, and school board members serving on our interview committees, and that's time, and time is money, and we really appreciate the people who have donated their time to come in and help work with us during these transitions. But as we get ready for August, we start having staff come back around August 1st. Different groups come back. For example, our administrative assistant team comes back anywhere from August 1st through the 6th. And that's where we're going to really start getting ready for our back to school letters, where our building principals will be working with their lead administrative assistants. And we'll talk about our open house. We'll talk about back to school letters. We'll talk about courses and where students are enrolled and what those numbers look like. We do have some new enrollments at both the high school and elementary level, and that is from people who have moved into the district from out of town, in addition to transferring in from other school districts. So we won't have a hard number on that until our enrollment team gets back, which they'll be back in August at some time too. But at the August board meeting, we should have a better indicator of where we're at with those. Open house is slated for that last Wednesday in August, and our new community ed childcare early education coordinator is working on that, and she'll be working with our building principals and how we're going to bring the community, I've talked about that before, into our schools to ensure that we are offering not only things that we're going to be doing at a district level, but making sure that our community members, whether they're business owners or have something to offer families, like resources within our community, have the opportunity to talk to our families and families who want to engage with them, to know what's available for them within our community, from anywhere from childcare to resources, from student clothing to maybe they have some goods that they want to give away to back to school. We've seen people give things from backpacks to water bottles. So we have a lot of resources that our community ed director is currently working on to ensure that we have representatives in both schools. So that'll be really nice to see the community as part of our back to school event. She's doing a really nice job, and she's really stepped in and really taken this job on with excitement. So we're really excited to have her. We're also going to be doing our professional development that last week of August with our staff. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is, and I'm not sure that I've communicated this quite yet because it just kind of happened, but I'm part of the juvenile task force, and that is where community representatives come together and we talk a lot about what's happening with our youth within the community. So we're talking about drugs, we're talking about alcohol, we're talking about experiences that kids are facing within the community and within their homes, and some of the barriers that they face. One of the things that we're seeing is an increase across the country in alcohol, drug, and concealment trends. And so one of the things that under the opioid dollars that's been available in the area is the committee decided that they were going to bring tall cop to the International Falls community to work with our educators and to work with people who work in the school system. So from paraprofessionals to building principals to superintendent to teachers to people on the technology team, because as we know, it takes a village to support our youth. And some of the things that we're starting to see, we're seeing vapes within our bathrooms. We're seeing drugs that can be mimicked as candy. So they're trying to do a really robust job on educating people who work within public education, not only to support our kids, but also to support kids who are out in our community and maybe facing some of these barriers within their home. So what's going to happen is they've invested their dollars into Tall Cop, and Tall Cop will be our keynote this year. And we've offered International Falls Public Schools as the hub to hold this event for all local school districts. So right now the invitation has been extended to North Home, Little Fork, Big Falls, and International Falls. They have purchased through the opioid dollars this keynote speaker to have him come to International Falls. He's a world-renowned speaker on this topic and how to work with this within rural communities and metropolitan areas. We'll be talking about what, drug paraphernalia to logos, stickers, signs, things that we need to be looking for within our schools and in how we can support our families. I personally am very excited to be able to have the opportunity to have this individual here. They've also extended the dollars to support local law enforcement areas and emergency response teams. So our school district will also be the venue to have that event for our local emergency responders. So we will have the professional development for our staff that morning, then we'll take a break, and then the emergency responders within the community will come to our school district and they will have the Tall Cop speaker. And then what is really nice about this is the parties that we work together, homeschool and community, are all going to have the same educational experience. So it's pretty exciting to be able to have this because he's somebody who's booked out quite a long time, and to know that we're going to have him on site is very exciting. So that is going to happen on that Wednesday morning. The school board is invited to attend that. And then we will determine as an administrative team what our takeaways are from that, how we can help support that for our staff that work with our kids moving forward. If you have any questions on that, I'd be happy to answer on Tall Cop right now.
Oh, you said talk out. You had jumped from one to another, and I was just wondering if the new community ed early childhood coordinator will be coming to meetings bringing a report.
She will, probably once we get into August. She's still in training mode, but she has done, I can tell you back to her, she has done a great job in fielding out and getting feedback from our administrators to community members, in addition to people that use some of our programs. So right now she's spending a lot of time listening to learn. She's doing some training with the state, but she will begin joining us in August. The next update I want to give you is the referendum bids. The RFPs are out. It closes this week, and we will have the bid opening on the 24th. That will be held here in the library. I believe it's at 1 or 2 o'clock. And we do have a good number of bids that have come through. So I'm very excited to report that. At that time, once we get everything transitioned and we have our special session and the school board approves the bids that came in, what will happen next is then we will roadmap what it will look like in construction and how that will begin and who will be touched first. What I can tell you is that the first portion will be asbestos removal at Falls Elementary. That is slated to happen in August, if not the last few days of July. We're getting ready to lock those dates in, and there will be no access to that building during that time. Facilities we did not know it was going to happen that fast. And so what has happened is our new director that's on, manager who's on the agenda for tonight, is he has moved most of his high school team over to help the elementary team to ensure that our teachers' classrooms and their spaces are going to be ready when we open due to the closing. So the team has just really been working nicely together, but the asbestos removal at Falls Elementary will be slated first. And then we'll go back to what we're looking at is the construction on the stadium, in addition to the high school. Then we'll look at Bronco Arena. Falls Elementary will be the last site because it has the greatest amount of work that needs to be done, and we want it to have the least amount of disruption to teaching and learning.
May I ask?
Go ahead.
The flooring, I've heard some discussion about students have to kind of put up with some concrete flooring for a while?
Yeah, and you're gonna see an email come out from me probably next week once I know exactly what is gonna happen with the Nexus plan once the bids close. There is gonna be times that we are gonna have to reroute people. There's gonna be areas that are gonna be closed off. There's gonna be flooring that is gonna be cement until the construction's gonna take a good solid year. It's kind of like when we have construction in our home, we just make it work. That will be communicated to our staff and students and families as we know. But that is the reality of it. There's going to be times that we're going to be walking on cement floor, but I just keep telling everybody, just remember the end result, why we're doing this work. The community got behind it, they supported it, but with that, we have to navigate maybe some things that are not aesthetically pleasing, but the end result's going to be well worth it.
And I assume preschool will probably have a rug or two put down to keep their little feet warm.
If that impacts their class this school year, but I don't know that it does there. The next area that I just want to touch base with, the first Saturday in August is our district-wide garage sale. We've been moving a lot of old material over to the garage. We have things that are slated for the garage sale, everything from furniture to older vehicles. We have a lot of things that we're moving out to make room for new. All of the dollars that we raise will go directly back to the areas that we sold from. So that will be very important to us. So we're hoping that the community comes out and takes a look. If they're looking for things for their shacks or their office, it's really important, as you can see just by the media center in the high school here. It's important that we try to maintain upgrading when we can, where we can. We don't want our students and our staff and our community utilizing things that are rusted out and broken. It's very important to provide an academic setting that feels good and provides people an opportunity to learn in a healthy, clean space and safe space.
Saturday, what time?
It begins at 7 o'clock. And it's at the bus garage. The last thing I have on the docket, I'll be utilizing the next couple days to call our wait list on our preschool. It appears that we have a number of families on a wait list for another option for a 2-day. We are looking at possibly opening another classroom for that because, as we know, those are our feeder students and they are kids that we want to go through our school district with us. From preschool through grade 12. So we're going to try and get a really rock solid number before we make that decision. I hope to have my recommendation for you at our special session so we can take action on that. That being said, I still am in conversation with Head Start. One of the things that it would alter, and Principal Tate and I would have to get together and have a conversation, is they wanted 2 classrooms on the main level. If we open another one, we may have to put one on the main floor and one upstairs or utilize the smaller room. But it really depends on what the outcome and the data shows on if we need to add one. So once that decision's made, Principal Tate and I will have a conversation about space, and then we'll make that recommendation for the special session school board meeting that we have post bid completion. Outside of that, we're excited. We are also looking at the drawings. Just the first set of drawings just came in for the possibility of a new playground area on the backside for our little learners. And we are in the process of looking at that and mapping that out. So we have up-to-date playground facilities for our kids. Unless you have any questions, that's my report for you today.
Any questions? All good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good updates. All right, policy committee. Policy committee has been working on the athletic handbook and policies. I think we're close to getting that done. We need to add in obviously the fees and the stuff that the athletic committee has been working on, and then also get their final say. But I think we're really close with that, so that's good. And we're continuing to go through policies for the district, as you've seen. as you can see. But updating stuff and just, moving forward and trying to make sure that everything is updated and we're ready for this school year.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, you got it.
Athletic committee?
Yeah, we have been meeting as well. We've had a couple meetings since our last school board meeting. We looked at rental fees, as was on the agenda. Ticket fees for pricing to get into events, new sports fees, comparing them with other areas. Tim brought a good comparison from other schools, and yeah, we made our decision based on that data. Another big thing which Tim brought forward to us and we're making some decisions on was looking at equipment that needs to be fixed, baskets in the gyms, railings at the football stadium, shingles on the arena, to name a few, and updates for the pool area, and policies for the restrict ones. So yeah, sounds like we need to work with the policy committee. Something going on that. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Anything else? Anybody questions or anything additions? No? All right. We'll move to the consent agenda. Yes, I need a motion.
A motion.
Motion by Tina,
I'll second.
second by Jessica. A motion by Tina, second by Jessica to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any discussion? No discussion. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carried. All right. And we'll move to action items. So the resolution, acceptance of gifts and donations. I'll pull it up here quick. Whereas School Board Policy 706 establishes the guidelines for the acceptance of gifts or donations to the district, whereas the International Falls School District Board encourages the support of the district's educational programs through gifts or donations that meet the goals and objectives of the school district. Whereas Minnesota Statute 465.03 states the school board may accept a gift, grant, or devise of real or personal property only by the addition or the adoption of a resolution approved by 2/3 of its members. Therefore, be it resolved, the School Board of International Falls Public Schools, ISD number 361, accepts with appreciation the following gifts, donations, or grants received by the school district. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Jess, second by Tina. To accept the gifts and donations. True Star and Falls Education Foundation for the after-school program, $12,000. True Star Federal Credit Union donation for arena heater, $20,000. Border Chevrolet GMC donation to Summer Ball, $585. Richard DeBenedit donation to Summer Ball, $100. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, whereupon the resolution was declared adopted. Thank you, and thank you to True Star and Falls Education Foundation and Border and everybody else who was donated throughout the past school year, if not longer than that. It's very appreciated.
Speaking of that, Chairperson, can I ask how the fish fry?
Yes, I was just gonna ask the same, I was just gonna say, that's one thing we should talk about. We were at the fish fry, it was absolutely incredible. It was the greatest turnout we've seen from our student body, for showing up to volunteer. We had students from the swim team to the hockey team. It was, I mean, I'm trying to think, we had student council there, the National Honor Society. It was remarkable. The other thing is we almost ran out of fish and we ordered more this year. We had just a remarkable crew, and the Purple Pride Committee is a subgroup of Falls Education, and they raise their money specifically to go towards athletics and student activities. So everything from Knowledge Bowl to prom to student council to hockey, volleyball, swimming. We were waiting for the numbers, but the goal was over $20,000, and I would be surprised if we didn't reach that. We'll have our numbers tomorrow, so we're very excited. We are so appreciative of the volunteers. People volunteered. I think they showed up at 1:30. Principal Tate was here to meet them, and the last group of people left around 8 o'clock. We had our facilities team there serving. in any capacity that they could to support the volunteers. A lot of staff came and volunteered in addition to a lot of staff came through the drive-through. We had teachers from the past come through that, a 90-year-old Falls High School teacher came through and he said he wouldn't miss this and just extended his gratitude. It was a very humbling experience and it was a great community event. Very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Wow, that's great.
And the line went quick. Did it? Yeah, Benson got up for hit 5 and my fish was home by
Yeah.
45.
Yes, we had lots of students come through, and we had Mr. Ringhofer and Miss Larson on the backside selling old, retired Bronco gear, and they raised a little chunk of money themselves, so we
Wow.
appreciated their time too.
Cool. Very neat. Awesome. Thank you, guys. All right. We will go into adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Rox, second by Tina, to adjourn the meeting at 5:42. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, guys.